Hi everyone, this is Kia. This is part 4 of my love affair with breath techniques that I'm sharing. Um, a long time ago, I was on the phone, and it was some corporation, and I was on hold, and it was one of those moments where they share these little tips with you. And this one on this day, which was so auspicious for me, was: did you know that every 90 to 120 minutes your nostrils change dominance from one side to the other? And I remember thinking to myself, no, I didn't know that. And then sometime later, I was studying the breath, and I came across all the information in the yogic texts about this very thing. And in fact, there's one ashram in India that simply studied what they called Swara yoga, the yoga of understanding the cycles of the breath and this shift of dominance from one nostril to the other. The interesting thing is that when the dominance shifts, and you can tell by putting your finger underneath your nose and see which one has more air flowing through. For me right now, it's my right nostril, which connects to the left brain. It's the more outward going, logical, linear sort of brain, which is kind of, as I'm presenting to you here, I need to have that on board. It's also the right nostril connects to the sun energy. So it's vitality and it's outward. The left nostril connects to the right brain, which is the intuitive brain, the more spatial brain. And the energy related to the left nostril is the moon. So we have these two channels, the sun and moon channel, and they are a direct access into our state of being. There's a big science on this, and that talks about the nadis, the energetic flows in the body, the way literally the inner irrigation system of the body and how the energy is flowing through it. And we can access that through the two nostrils and begin to create balance. When we have balance, as is spoken in the yogic texts over and over again, when we have balance in these two main channels, then the central channel opens, and that is the channel often called the most auspicious channel, or the channel, you could say, of our awakening consciousness. So life gets really fun when you start to learn this. Here's one of the most simple but very profound techniques to take into your day. Whatever you're feeling, if it's not serving you in the moment, if you're feeling angry, irritated, emotionally hooked up on something, someone, or any range of different emotional states, mental states that could not be serving you in the moment, simply observe which nostril is dominant, and then block that nostril. Just pick a finger, block the nostril, breathe through the other one for at least 3 to 5 minutes. As you do that, you start to shift the energy from one side of the brain to the other. When the energy shifts from one side to the other, a lot of the emotional and mental tone that we've been in starts to move, and we find ourselves happily shifting state of consciousness. And then in that moment when we shift, we can choose where we want to go. And that's one of the great gems of learning this level of yoga practice. We become the drivers of our life. We're not at the mercy anymore of life circumstances. We start to be in the driver's seat, in control, in the way that we want to feel and experience life. So I really wish that for you, that you engage and start to embrace the practices of pranayama and understanding the different cycles of the breath and how to manage them, because your freedom lies in this. In my experience, this is the gateway to begin to move from a state of heaviness, confusion, darkness, into a state of self-illumination, literally self-realization. So thanks for joining me today. Sending love and blessings. And if you love this topic of pranayama, please know that I have 7 days, well actually 6 days, 6 full days dedicated to the understanding and practice of this. It's a prana and pranayama training. You can do it for continuing education credits, you can do it as part of my 300-hour, or you can do it just because you want to do it. But that is an opportunity for you to really understand all the different phases of the breath, how to manage them, and how to take your life and the life of your students or friends to the next level through this understanding. Love and blessings to all. Sat Nam.